Let it rip! Hey guys, welcome back. Glad to see everyone is still with me. Thanks for being such loyal fans and friends. I had to deal with a little bit of stuff. That's why I was gone. But now I'm back and I've got a brand new combination ready to rip for ya. This next bay would normally have been an attack type because of its energy wheel and face bolt. I decided to switch it up and make it a balance type bay. A combination that is so outrageous that most people would think that it doesn't work, but I'm here to tell you that I've tried this combo out and boy does it work. I am not kidding. So, time to get a little wild and bring things home with a Pegasus type bay. Let's do this. For today's bay, we will be using, of course, the Pegasus 3 energy wheel, a Pegasus 3 bolt, the Earth fusion wheel, a jog ball performance tip, or jog ball spike I think it's called, or jog ball sharp, I don't know. But you'll know it's a JBS performance tip. And the W105 spin track. This bay came to my mind thinking, Pegasus is good for attack, but you never see any good defensive or stamina-based Pegasus, except for the Cosmic Pegasus, but that is only whenever it's first ripped. It's an attack type bay, pure attack type. This combination actually features the wild nature of the Pegasus, but the strong, enduring Earth type as well. I give you Earth Pegasus W14 or Earth Pegasus W105 JBS. I gotta admit, whenever I first thought of this combination, I thought it was just gonna get wild and crazy. It didn't. It jumped a little bit due to the balls, but then it mellows out. See? The reason I had it do this combination is because, one, let's face it, no one actually expects a jog ball sharp performance tip, because they'd say it's a little too bouncy and a little too aggressive and uncontrollable. Not true. Not true. If that was true, then they wouldn't have had it as part of the Pirate Kraken combination. Or in the, I believe it was the Guardian Leviathan, Pirate Orochi, Water Synchrome 2-pack. This combination actually really works well. I put the 105 wing spin track on here because Pegasus often goes low to the ground for its attack types. But this is needed for a couple of reasons. One, so that way it could stay rooted to the ground, so that way it won't move around so much. And two, because if it gets knocked a little bit, it can actually pull into like a counterattack. It can actually pull like a counterattack. The Jogball Sharp Performance Tip actually surprised me whenever I first started using it for this combination. It really did wonders. I could not believe my eyes whenever this worked out so well. Whoop. It actually works a little better than most sharp performance tips. It allows a little bit better grip, actually, which makes it really good for balance type bays. Like this, for instance. This is an attack. The spin track is an attack type. This is actually a defense type. The the element wheel and the face bolt actually give it an attack type as well. But this gives it more of a stamina type. So this nice little combination bay can actually work very well. I ripped it one time and it spun for, well, at my top rip, it spun for, I'd say it spun for about a good 5 minutes 45 seconds. This bay, I have to say, I was shocked it even worked. I mean, it was just one of those little joke ones that I was just wanting to run through. So yeah, I guess you could say mission accomplished. Let's just say I just wanted to be random this time. Nothing really inspired me to make this. I mean, sometimes that's how bay making works. You just stumble upon things by accident. Which gives you, which actually is another moral to this episode. Sometimes you think you know all the aspects of a bay by its each individual part. But sometimes you gotta experiment with what you see. Sometimes sometimes parts will work in combination with others, sometimes they won't. I mean, I've already explained this in a previous episode, where if you had used the extreme flat performance dip on this thing, it would have just gone hog wild. Just like I told you about the Omega Draconis. That is not exactly a good thing. I I just wanted to see if there was anything new I could come up with, something different. So I just threw a bunch of parts together and it created this little beauty. Nice, defensive, lots of stamina to it, and with parts that you would never actually expect to work together. So the moral is, if you're never sure of what to do, experiment. Maybe one day you'll find your own bay just by randomly putting parts together. Just go with your heart, your gut. And maybe someday you'll have a championship bay. I like to also point out the fact that I've also been recently inducted into the Ultimate Bladers WBBA Hall of Fame first this year for my outstanding work as a championship Beyblader, and for also holding the record for the longest title holding that's ever been done. I have also, this show is also given me the award, or the honor, I should say. Which, to be honest, this was my long-term goal, to become part of the Hall of Fame. I never expected this to happen. Only a few short years after I've joined, I'm in the Hall of Fame already. I also would like to reiterate that I just also won 2 Bay Awards. One for best television show on the WBBA, or the Ultimate Bladers network, and I won a joint one with my friend Tsubasa Otori of the Aspidians, who for best match of 2015, which you had to see it in order to believe it. I mean, it was just epic. It inspired so many people to have more passionate Bay battles and be more respectful towards your opponents and towards other Beybladers too. Recently, I was just on another Ultimate Bladers show called Sprunk, which that was actually pretty wild. I mean, I was just floored by this whole thing. And I will put a link in the description, or maybe I'll even make an annotation. Maybe say right here. Gotta love the magic of editing, don't you? But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, don't be afraid to just be random. I mean, it could be random if you want to. I mean, pull a bay out of get parts, separate them out, grab them one by one, and if you grab a bay that you want to use, and just try out the parts. Don't If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Be your own man. Fight your own way. Build your own way. And be a champion. So, thanks for watching. Let it rip!